I'm delighted to be here today to have met anti-pylon groups from all over Ireland and indeed the anti-wind farms. Just to say at the outset that I'm neither against pylons or wind farms in a small scale and for sustainable energy sources for our own country. But clearly what Minister Abbott here and the government and the partnership with Great Britain some of the time and with other big conglomerates in wind energy are doing here is selling off our state assets. After what happened with the banking collapse and the reckless lending and the whole situation of lack of regulation, poor governance and the follow-on and the collapse of our economy and the suffering befalling our people and the penal taxes put on our people to pay back the banks. If we are our people, and I'm glad today that upwards of 5,000 I would say came from all corners of Ireland to say that we are not going to have this. We have no problem with renewable energies and we want renewable energies, but we're not going to be dealt a second death body blow by big business who are interested in fat profits, interested in raping our countryside with thousands of wind turbines and indeed thousands of pylons, and with huge risks to health, to welfare. EirGrid have now said they're trying to bribe the people with maybe 30,000 for communities as a sop. They're now setting up a commission, the government is, and EirGrid, or EirGrid to the government, to ask the people why they don't want pylons. 35,000 people in the K2 route made submissions to EirGrid. Less than 3,000 of those have been responded to or even acknowledged. If EirGrid officials and the government and Pat Rabbit open those submissions, understand them from the hearts of the people in ordinary writing without flowery consultants' language, they will then know why people don't want to be literally bulldozed from their land, have these monstrosities erected adjacent to their houses with no understanding of whether there are health risks about the evaluation of their homes, etc. So I think Minister Abbott and his team got a salutary salute today that Ireland are standing up and Ireland are not going to be trodden over, the Irish people, once again as they were with the reckless banking and picking up the pieces. So enough's enough. This is the start of the campaign in Dublin. We've been organising over the country, but it's a start in Dublin, and I'm calling on everyone to engage and listen up to the false reasoning is given for the need for this. Minister Abbott is saying the lights are going to go out sometime soon. That's a lie. We may need a 10-15% upgrade of our grid going forward, but we can do that with consultation and by agreement, and let the other countries of Europe who have issues with fossil fuel and meeting their Coyote agreements, let them do it themselves. We're not going to be plenary. We were long enough trodden down by the empire, the British Empire here. We have our freedom, supposed to be. It's now time to assert it and take back the governance of our communities to the people, and insist that our government act for the people, as I said in other issues, not for big business.